Getting your PMP and their CAPM certification can change your entire life, as you can get a better job and make more money, but it is not an easy task. In fact, many students make big mistakes when studying for this exam. And in this video, I'm going to tell you 5 of the biggest mistakes that people make when studying. What we did was we sent out a survey to our students, 10,000 students, and we asked them what were some of the things that hindered you getting certified, that delayed you getting certified. And what they responded back was absolutely amazing. And thing number 1 was really surprising. All right. Number 1 shocked us because we thought number 1 would have been 5 and 5 would have been 1, but it wasn't. In fact, the number 1 thing we were thinking about was actually number 5. Let's get started, guys. I'm Andrew Ramdale, and I am the creator of the world's best-selling PMP study guide, PMP Exam Prep Simplified. I'm also the creator of Udemy's best-selling course on the PMP exam and the CAPM and the PMICP and many others. I've taught hundreds of thousands of people to pass their exams. Let's get started. Really brief. So we sent out a survey about 3 months ago to 10,000 students because I really wanted to understand the mechanics of what's causing people not to get certified, what's delaying them, what's causing them to fail, why are they not succeeding better. And from that I could make videos or I can give them tips on how to get over that. And they selected, so we gave them a list of about 10 things, and they put them in order. All they had to do was put them in order. Like number 1, this was the thing that hindered me the most to the least. And this is what we came up with. This was the list, and I'm just doing the top 5 here. If I did all 10, it would have been a long video. So number 1 is the thing that most people said caused them to delay their certification, and it's so damn surprising. Please don't fast forward the video. Probably did already anyhow. Number 5 was the thing that a lot of people didn't say. All right, so from 5 to 1, number 1 is the most selected. Number 5 was somewhat of the least. All right, let's get started. So let's get started on this now. Actually, like I mentioned before, we believe number 5 was number 1, but it was actually reversed. Any which way, number 5, the number 5 thing, or the number 5 mistake that people make when attempting to get certified is studying the wrong materials. All right, so number 5, studying the wrong materials. Now, this goes without saying. If you study the wrong material, just read the wrong books, you take the wrong class, you will fail the test because the books, the videos, the practice exams doesn't line up with the exam itself. You don't want to go and study things that is not on the test. You don't want to go and study things that's not relevant to your work. You don't want to study and then get questions on things that you didn't study. That's going to ensure you fail. Now, sales plug right here. Okay, let's plug a salesman right now. Of course, I'm going to tell you guys, hey, I'm a course creator. I'm a book writer. Get my books, get my course. They're proven. Any material you study. And if you don't like me because you say, Andrew, you need more hair, you're pretty ugly, I don't want to watch you all the time. Look for courses. Look for books that has a lot of reviews and have a lot of students. You have something that have a few thousand students, but if you have something that have a few 100,000 students, that's a more proven course. If you have a book that has 100 reviews or a book that has thousands of reviews, see the one that has thousands of reviews. See the one that the internet is talking about. Speak to your friends. Go on LinkedIn. Look for referrals. Just don't take a course out of nowhere. Do some research on the course you're taking. You need to take a 35-hour course for PMP. You need a 23-hour course for your CAPM. Do the research when taking the course and the video. Sales plug once again. I recommend checking out my courses. Links in the description below. All right, number 4 is something that I did a whole video on the channel, is not having a study plan. All right, not having a study plan. So what exactly is a study plan? Now, there is a video I did on the channel. I'll put in the description to do a PMP study plan. A study plan is going to tell you what you need to study day by day. In other words, Monday I'm doing this section, I'm going to watch these videos, I'm going to read these chapters, I'm going to do these practice questions. Tuesday I'm doing this, Wednesday I'm doing this, Thursday I'm doing this, Friday I'm taking off, and so on and so on. A day-by-day study plan is super important. It keeps you on track. It lets you know, okay, I didn't study this day, now I need to make it up. It gives you a visualized approach, like a quote-unquote roadmap that tells you how to go from not having your certification to being actually certified. The moment you start writing down your study plan and you start visualizing what the path looks like, you're going to be super surprised to see You're going to follow it and you're going to pass your exam. Trust me, guys, I've taken over 100 exams, first of all. I have over 60 certifications, and I have made study plans for every single one day by day. Again, the video is a free video. It's even a free study plan. You don't even have to like me to download it. Just go and download it. It's absolutely free. Check the description below for the video of that. All right, number 3, not dedicating time. And this is a big one, all right? This is a big one. Here's what I'm gonna tell you guys. To become PMP certified, you need about 60 to 100 hours of study time. If you want to become CAPM certified, you probably need about, I would say, 40 to 60 hours. Now, here's what I mean. When I say 60 to 100 hours, I'm talking of you actually sitting in front of a computer, taking a live class, reading a book, or watching my e-learning course, or doing practice exams. That means you need dedicated 60, let's go with 60 hours. You need a dedicated 60 hours. Again, I'm saying 60 to 100 hours because some of us learn quicker. Some of us need to review stuff more, right? So I tell people 60 to 100 hours. So if you study 2 hours a day and it's going to take you a minimum of 60 hours, that's 30 days right there. If you think about it, your e-learning course alone is 35 hours. That's half of the 60 hours, more than half. Then you got practice exams, and you got to revise your notes, and that alone will take up another 25 hours. So you have to dedicate time. Don't tell yourself, well, I want to become PMP certified, but you're working on a project that's consuming 18 hours of your life 6 days a week. It's probably not realistic. If you're going to set the foot to become certified, if you're going to take this journey, you need to make sure you have the time to do it. How many hours a week can you dedicate? I'm telling you guys, for PMP students, it's minimum of 60 hours. For CAPM students, minimum of 40 hours. Now, again, if you do, calculate this in your head. If I do 10 hours a week, it'll take me 6 weeks for PMP and 4 weeks for CAPM. That's how you got to look at it. Now, it might take longer. All right. So if you don't even have 10 hours a week to study, keep in mind it's going to take long. If you don't have 1 hour a week to study, it's going to take you 60 weeks to pass. So I'm telling you guys, you have to dedicate time. And how do you do that? You have to look at your schedule. You have to look at your family commitments. You have to look at your job commitments, and you have to say, well, I got free time here. I got free time here. The best time to study is in the morning. Can I wake up an hour earlier every day, 7 days a week? Can I prefer to study in the morning. Maybe go to bed a little bit later. Can I dedicate more times on the weekend? You have to think before you take this journey, what is my study schedule and how much time can I dedicate? All right, number 2, we're getting to that number 1. You're never going to figure it out. I couldn't figure out what number 1 was either. Not pre-scheduling the tests, not pre-scheduling the exam. What does that mean? So this is something that I do a lot of. Schedule your tests even if you're not ready. Here's what I mean. The moment you submit your application for your CAPM and your PMP, go and schedule your exam right away. Well, you got to wait for PMI to approve. The moment you get your application approved, schedule your tests. Schedule it 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. You'll know your study schedule. You'll know where you are. No more than about 4 or 5 weeks out. Okay? Schedule your test. You're not going to be ready. You see, here's the thing. People, and this is number 2 for a reason. People just are scared. They're not dedicated. They're not pushing themselves hard enough until the pressure hits. Okay? I am a certified slacker. Okay, this is one of the 60 certifications I have. It's called Certified Slacker. I only work under pressure. In fact, to do this video, these notes has been on my desk for 2 weeks. Okay, we wrote this 2 weeks and I haven't done it. And somebody yelled at me, my partner said, hey, you gotta get that done. So I don't work until pressure hits me. And I study best when there's pressure. If you don't schedule that exam, there's no pressure. There's no date set. You're going to keep pushing it off. You're going to keep saying to yourself, well, I'll study more tomorrow. I'm going to study next week. And you got a date in your head. I want to take it in November. Right now it's September. I want to take it in November. And then you don't study. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll take it in December. Maybe I'll take it in January. You keep pushing it off. But if you pre-schedule this test, you'll have no choice but to study because you already paid the money. The date is set in stone. You can actually reschedule it. There's a fee. It's like $30, $40. So pre-schedule the exam is going to force you to study. It's going to let you know the date's coming up. You're going to keep that date in your mind. And let me tell you guys, it makes your life miserable. Yeah, I want you to be a little bit miserable. Here's why. When that exam is scheduled, your whole world changes. All you think about is the test. There's this giant weight on your shoulder, and you're saying to yourself, oh my God, if I don't study, the weight doesn't go off. And every day you don't study, you feel bad. Versus when you don't schedule a test, you can just keep pushing it off. So, number 2, not pre-scheduling your exam. So what does that mean? Go and schedule your test. Don't make that mistake. Now, number 1. We added this as an option because somebody told me, and a few times people have told us this. And I'm really surprised when the results came. As the results were coming in, we were surprised to see that this was becoming number 1. And it was very obvious in the beginning it was going to be number 1, but we didn't see that. And number 1 is the number 1 mistake people have is fearing the exam. So we added the option, fear failing the exam. And obviously people fear failing. So it's fear failing the exam. Number 1 is the fear of failure. Why do you fear this exam? Why does people fear failing this test? I don't know. Okay, I've tried to, one of the reasons I didn't record this video earlier, even though it's been 2 weeks, this thing's been on my desk, I kept telling myself, what do they fear? It's just a test. I was born, I'm going to give you guys a long story, all right? Because I really didn't know how to answer this question. And I want to be authentic in the answer. I was born, and I'm going to go into my personal life. Generally, I don't. I was born with a spinal tumor, all right? Now, it's not cancerous. Obviously, I'm still alive. I was born with a spinal tumor, okay? And I'm 43 right now. And they took it out when I was 35. I didn't know I had it, and it affected a lot of my strength. It affected my legs. It affected a large part of my body, especially from my waist down. And every year, they took it out. So every year I got to get scans, MRI scan of my spine to make sure that the tumor doesn't grow back. Because if it grows back, it's high up it's about right here, and it's pretty high up. And if that tumor affects the spinal cord, it could sever the cords, and then I might not be able to breathe or control bowel movements and all kinds of very bad things. And I go every year, and I have to take now the spinal tumors, by the way, are tumors that affects your spine. They also are the same tumors that grows in your brain. It's that I have that type of cell in my body that can give me a brain tumor. That it's an ependymoma for those of you medical nerds out there. So every year I got to go get a full body MRI. Well, spinal, head to bottom spine. And it scares the hell out of me. Every April scares me to kingdom come. Every single April I go, I take an MRI, and I wait 2 days for the results. And those are the most terrifying. It's the most terrifying exam I do. It scares me to kingdom come. The results, it's when I'm reading it, I'm shaking like a leaf. Because, a brain tumor is death. So that is an exam to be scared of. That's an exam to fear. If you're taking a test that can determine whether it drastically affects your quality of life and or something where you might die, that's a test you fear, man. Not a freaking PMP. Not a CAPM. These are exams you will take again. God forbid you fail it, you will just take it again. Let me ask you a question. If you fail the PMP exam, does your spouse leave you? I hope not. Does your children disown you? I doubt that. Does your mother disown you or your father? I doubt that. Do you lose your job? I don't think so, or at least I hope not. Does the world end? Does the world turn the opposite way? Does it move away from the sun? Do you die? I mean, tell me, what are you fearing? Oh, Andrew, I fear when I fail, I have to pay again. Come on, man. If you fail the PMP, the retake as a member is $275, I believe. Now, $275 is a lot of money, all right? It's a lot of cash, yes it is. But let me just be realistic. We all spend more money on junk that we don't need. I don't need a $1,200 Samsung phone. Neither do you. We can all get along fine, only $500 smartphone, and save yourself a whole lot of money. Okay, we don't need to go out to that restaurant. We don't need to buy that fine bottle of wine. We don't need to drive that nice car. We don't need that bigger house. You know what we need? We need to be more successful. We need to have a job that we like going to. Don't fear your exam. There are bigger things to fear as you get older. As we get older, we're going to take exams, real exams, like an MRI exam. That's going to scare us even more. You know what you should fear? Take the same effort of fear and apply it to not fear in the test, but fear in not getting the test. That's what you should fear. You should fear waking up tomorrow and having to do the same job. You should fear not taking care of your family. You should fear not making that extra income. That's things that you should fear. All right, that's what I fear the most. I fear not getting the benefits of the certification, but I never fear the exam itself. I don't fear failing. I welcome the failure. Failure is good. It's good for me. If I fail an exam, I just generally put a smile on my face and say, well, lesson learned. Let's hope don't do that again, but let's take it again. All right. Got in a little bit there into the personal life. Wasn't sure how to answer that question. Me and my team debated on how to answer that one. And the only which I could answer number one was tell him there's more important things to fear than just the test. All right, let's do a quick review here. So what was number 5 was studying the wrong materials, guys. Get great materials. I'm saying to get my stuff because it's my video, and I think I'm pretty good. Number 4 was not having a study plan. I did a whole video. Check the description on how to make a study plan. Not dedicating time. Look at your schedule. Make time. I'm telling you guys, you need to make time. You should be able to do at least, I would say, 6+ hours a week, up to 20 hours. Not pre-scheduling your exam. The moment you get your approval from PMI, if you get your approval from PMI at 6 o'clock today, you better schedule your exam by 6:01. Just select the day that's far out. Give yourself a couple of weeks to study. You will never be ready. Don't say, well, I'm going to schedule the test when I'm ready. You'll never be ready. All right, go and schedule your test. I've taken over 100 exams. I've never been ready for any of them. And of course, number 1 we said was fear in the test. Don't fear it. There's more things to fear in life. Remember, don't fear this exam. Fear not getting the exam. Guys. Did you guys enjoy today's video? I hope you guys did. We put a lot of research into getting this video put together. If you enjoyed this content, can you please click on the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.